Mwahahaha! Do you like to listen to a horror story? Then welcome to my channel, Kids Story by Nehlin. In today's story time, I'm going to tell you a horror story named The Haunted Resort. Okay, I'm going to start the story. Don't get scared. Once, there were two sisters who loved each other very much. The elder sister was called Ellie, and the younger one called Lisa. Ellie was 13 years old, and Lisa was 5 years old. It was the first day of summer holiday, and they came to the newly opened resort with their parents to spend one night and one day. They were the first guests to spend the night in the resort. They were very excited to see the beautiful resort and walked around the garden. The resort had a beautiful flower garden with a playing area and a small cottage. They saw some children playing in the garden. They played happily with the children. Ellie said, "Mom, can you take pictures of us?" Mom smiled and said, "Okay, dear, I will." Then she took many photos of Lisa and Ellie. It was a very happy day. In the late afternoon, other people and the children went back home except Ellie and Lisa and their parents. The place became very calm and quiet. "Maybe the people think it's a park and that's why they're going home," laughed Lisa quietly. Ellie laughed at her kindly and said, "Yes, Lisa, actually, we are the lucky first guest of this resort to spend a night." Later, the sun was started to set. Suddenly, Ellie noticed in the last ray of the sun, Lisa's shadow gradually turned into a wolf shadow, and it became very scary. "Mom, Ellie's shadow has turned into a wolf shadow!" shouted Ellie in fear. "Ah, it's a wolf shadow!" Lisa screamed in horror, and she shivered in fear. Their father was also shocked in horror. Their parents said, "Ellie, Lisa, let's go inside the house." And they dashed to the house. Quick as a flash, they ran towards the house. "Are you all right?" asked their father. Everyone said yes. Later, they had their dinner and went to bed. After turning the light off, it became a very dark and quiet night. Suddenly, they heard creepy sounds of walking, cat fighting, meow, and scary dogs howling, "Oh!" They were all terribly scared. "Is it a haunted resort?" whispered Lisa. Ellie, Lisa, and their parents were trying to sleep. The room was filled with darkness and silence. The clock slowly went on 12 a.m. and at the midnight, the ghost appeared as a gray shadow and made creepy movements and scary noises. "Ooh, oh!" All through the night, the sisters and their parents were shivering in fear. At 5 o'clock in the morning, all the ghostly noise stopped. The next morning, they sadly woke up and could not find Lisa inside the cottage. Ellie and her parents were very worried for Lisa. How awful is this? We can't find Lisa and she has disappeared by the ghosts! Cried Ellie miserably. Don't panic, let's search everywhere for Lisa, said their father. All day they searched for Lisa everywhere but could not find her. Ellie missed her younger sister very much and became tearful. Later in the afternoon, many children came to the garden to play. A woman with her 2 sons came to the resort, and the lady said, "Enjoy the resort, boys. Tonight we are going to stay in the resort." The boys started playing and enjoying. Ellie's family looked everywhere for Lisa, and they became very upset. Again, in the late afternoon, everybody went back home, and the place became quiet. In the last ray of the sun, the 2 boys' shadow turned into 2 wolf shadows. Ellie noticed that, and she cried and said to the woman, "Your boys need to run away from this resort, or else they will be disappeared by the ghost like my younger sister." The woman heard all about the resort and about Lisa. They were shocked in fear, and they all dashed out of the resort. Finally, the people locked the resort and put warning information. Then the resort was known as the Haunted Resort. Everybody knows that the ghost lives there and never visited the haunted resort ever again. The end. How was my story? Hope you liked my story. If you liked my story, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, like and share this video with your family and friends. In my next video, I will come up with another new story. Till then, take care.